Sometimes, the morning feels heavy, like the weight of yesterday's mistakes or today's unknowns is too much to carry. In these quiet moments, it's easy to forget that there is a love greater than all of it, a love that doesn't falter, no matter how far we fall. This prayer isn't about being perfect. It's about being real, about opening our hearts to a love that never changes. As we begin this time together, let's take a deep breath and remember, even in our weakest moments, we are seen, we are known, and we are deeply loved by the one who never gives up on us. As the day begins, let's pause and recognize something extraordinary. God is here, right now. His presence surrounds you, not just in the grand moments of life, but in the quiet, ordinary ones too. The same God who created the stars and set the oceans in place walks beside you today. He sees you, the real you, with all your worries, hopes, and fears, and He delights in you. Even when the world feels overwhelming, God's presence is steady, unshaken by the chaos. He is the calm in the storm, the whisper of peace in the noise. When you're burdened by the weight of your own expectations or the pressure to be enough, remember that God is not measuring you by your achievements. He's walking with you, ready to carry what you can't handle alone. This is a moment to slow down, to feel His nearness, and to let that truth settle in your heart. You are never alone. The road ahead may seem unclear, but you can trust that He is already there, guiding your steps. Let this reminder bring you peace. Every breath you take is a sign of His sustaining love. So as we move forward, take comfort in knowing that whatever today holds, God's presence will be your constant, unshakable foundation. We all have moments when we stumble, moments that remind us of our imperfections. It's easy to feel the weight of those mistakes, harsh words spoken in anger, opportunities missed, or the times we let fear win over faith. These moments can leave us feeling unworthy, as though we are falling short of what we should be. But the truth is, being human means we will falter. It's not a question of if, but when. Yet, God already knows our hearts. He sees our struggles, even the ones we try to hide. He understands the doubts that creep in and the burdens we carry, and still, His love remains steady. We were never meant to carry the weight of perfection on our shoulders. Our failures don't disqualify us from His grace. They are opportunities for us to lean into it. Admitting that we fall short isn't about dwelling in guilt. It's about being honest with God and with ourselves. It's about recognizing that we need Him, that His strength is made perfect in our weakness. This isn't a sign of defeat. It's an invitation to experience His mercy in a deeper way. So, take a moment to let go of the pressure to be flawless. Accept that you are a work in progress, held by a God who isn't keeping score of your failures. Instead, He's offering you a love that lifts you up and says, "You are still mine, and you are enough." It's in our frailty that we can truly see the beauty of His strength. When life feels uncertain, there is one truth that remains constant. God's love for you never changes. It doesn't depend on how good you are, how many prayers you've said, or how often you've stumbled. His love is steady, like the sun that shines even on the cloudiest days. It's there when you can't see it, and it's there when you don't feel it. His love isn't fleeting or conditional, it's eternal, deep and unshakable. Think about that for a moment. The Creator of the universe, the one who holds everything in His hands, looks at you with a love that never fades. It's not a love you have to earn or fight to keep. God's love is a gift, freely given, Even when you feel unworthy, it's a love that sees your mistakes but chooses to forgive. It's a love that knows your fears but offers peace in their place. No matter where you are right now, whether you feel strong in your faith or like you're barely holding on, God's love is the same. It's a love that meets you where you are, but doesn't leave you there. It calls you higher, closer, into a relationship that transforms your heart. Let this truth sink in. You are loved with a love that doesn't waver. When the world feels chaotic, His love is your anchor. When you feel like giving up, His love whispers, "Keep going. I am with you." In the quiet of this moment, rest in the assurance that His love is enough. It's more than enough. It's the foundation you can build your life on, no matter what comes your way. Grace is one of God's most beautiful gifts, undeserved, unearned, and freely given. When we look back on our lives, it's often God's grace that carried us through moments we thought we wouldn't survive. His grace meets us in our failures, in our weakness, and in our pain. It's not just about forgiveness, though that's a part of it. It's about the kindness and mercy He shows us every single day. Take a moment to think about the blessings in your life. They may not always be big or flashy, but they are there. The breath in your lungs, the strength to rise after a tough season, the people who support and love you. These aren't coincidences. They are glimpses of God's grace at work. Even the lessons we learn in hardship are a reflection of His hand guiding us, shaping us into who we are meant to be. Gratitude opens our eyes to just how deeply we are loved. When we start to see the world through the lens of God's grace, everything shifts. Our hearts become lighter, our burdens seem smaller, and we begin to trust that God is working even in the waiting, even in the struggle. So today, let's thank Him. Thank Him for the grace that gives us another chance, for the love that never lets us go, and for the strength that comes when we lean on Him. Let gratitude fill the spaces where fear and doubt used to live. And as we give thanks, let's remember that His grace is not only for the past, it's new every morning, waiting to carry us forward. In this moment of stillness, let us ask God for something precious, clarity and insight to truly understand the depth of His love. Often, life's distractions, our own worries, and even our feelings of inadequacy can cloud our vision. We begin to forget how deeply we are loved, how fully we are seen, and how completely God is for us. But when we ask Him to open our eyes, He answers. God's love is not something to be fully grasped with the mind alone. It's meant to be experienced in the heart. It's the kind of love that brings peace in chaos, hope in despair, and light in the darkest moments. When we begin to see this love clearly, it changes the way we see everything else. Our struggles don't disappear, but we start to see God's hand in them, guiding us, teaching us, and never leaving us. Let us pray for that clarity today. Ask Him, "Lord, help me to see your love when I feel unworthy. Show me your grace when I doubt myself. Let me feel your presence in the quiet moments, and let me recognize your goodness in the midst of life's trials." Insight isn't just about understanding. It's about letting that understanding transform us. It's about replacing fear with trust, shame with acceptance, and doubt with faith. When we see His love clearly, we are reminded that no mistake is too big, no failure is final, and no day is beyond redemption. So, today, let's ask boldly. Let's open our hearts to see and feel the unchanging, unshakable love of God. Let's step into this day with eyes wide open to the beauty of His grace. As we face the challenges of today, let's come to God and ask for the strength we need. Life can be overwhelming, filled with moments that test our patience, our resilience, and even our faith. But the good news is that we don't have to face any of it alone. God offers us His strength, a strength that is greater than anything we can muster on our own. God knows every obstacle in our path, and He knows our limits better than we do. When we feel like we've reached the end of our rope, He is there to lift us up, to renew our energy, and to give us the courage to keep going. His strength is not like human strength. It doesn't depend on circumstances or physical power. It's a quiet, steady assurance that no matter how hard things get, He will see us through. Today, let's pray for that strength. Let's ask Him to fill our hearts with courage when fear tries to take over. Let's ask for patience in the waiting, wisdom in the decisions we face, and peace in the moments that feel chaotic. When we feel weak, let's remember that His power is made perfect in our weakness. We don't have to carry the burdens of this life on our own. Let's also trust that God's strength doesn't just carry us, it transforms us. As we lean on Him, we become stronger, more resilient, and more faithful. Whatever this day holds, let's face it with confidence, knowing that God is with us every step of the way. His strength is ours to claim. Let's take hold of it and walk forward in faith. As we reflect on God's unchanging love and the strength He gives us, let's take this moment to renew our commitment to Him. Life often pulls us in many directions, and it's easy to lose focus. But every day, we have the chance to realign our hearts with God's purpose, to surrender our plans to Him, and to trust that His ways are better than ours. Commitment to God isn't about being perfect. It's about choosing Him again and again, even when it's hard. It's about trusting that His love will guide us, His wisdom will lead us, and His grace will sustain us. When we make this choice, we're saying, God, I trust You with my today, my tomorrow, and my forever. Let's decide today to walk in faith, even when the path ahead feels uncertain. Let's commit to showing kindness, even when it's difficult, and to pursuing peace, even when chaos surrounds us. This isn't something we do alone. God is with us, helping us every step of the way. When we falter, He's there to steady us. When we doubt, He's there to remind us of His promises. As we move forward, let's also commit to growing in our relationship with Him. Spend time in prayer, open your heart to His word, and listen for His voice in the quiet moments. The more we seek Him, the more we will see His hand in our lives, guiding us, comforting us, and making us new. Today is an opportunity to begin again, to live with purpose, and to trust that God is at work in all things. Let's step into this day with renewed faith, walking boldly in the love and strength He provides. As we end this time of reflection, hold on to this truth. God's promises are unshakable, and His love for you is eternal. No matter what today holds, you are not alone. He has promised to never leave you, to walk with you through every valley and every storm. His word reminds us, I will never leave you nor forsake you. These are not just words. They are the foundation of a love that you can depend on. God's assurance isn't about life being perfect or easy. It's about knowing that even in the mess, even in the struggle, He is with you. He is the rock beneath your feet when the world feels uncertain. He is the peace that calms your heart when fear creeps in. And He is the strength that carries you when you feel like you can't go on. Let this truth settle in your heart. You are deeply loved, you are chosen, and you are held by a God who is bigger than anything you face. When doubt whispers that you're not enough, remember that His grace is sufficient for you. When the weight of the day feels overwhelming, lean on Him, for His yoke is easy and His burden is light. Take a moment to breathe in this assurance. God is for you. As you step into this day, carry that promise with you. Let it be the light that guides your path and the hope that fills your heart. Whatever comes, trust that God is already there, working all things for your good. Rest in His promises and let His peace lead you forward. As you step into this day, may you carry with you the unshakable truth of God's love and grace. May His peace fill your heart and calm your mind, reminding you that no matter what lies ahead, you are never walking alone. His presence surrounds you, His strength upholds you, and His love goes before you. May this day be a reminder that even in the small, ordinary moments, God is with you, guiding you, providing for you, and blessing you in ways you may not yet see. When challenges arise, may you find the courage to face them with faith, trusting that He is working all things together for your good. When doubts creep in, may His word be a light to your path, filling you with confidence that His promises are true. Let your heart be open to His voice today, whether it comes in the quiet whispers of your soul or through the kindness of others. May you have eyes to see His hand in your life and ears to hear His call to deeper trust and love. Whatever you face, remember, His grace is sufficient, His mercy is new every morning, and His love for you is endless. So, go into this day with hope, go with faith, go with the assurance that you are seen, you are valued, and you are deeply loved by the One who holds all things in His hands. May His blessings follow you, and His peace guard your heart as you walk forward in the strength of His love.